Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today's video is going to be about Anisa, or, Ian's wife, Idubbbz' wife, however you want to refer to her as. She had a meltdown on stream where she just kind of went a little psychotic. She went a little crazy where she just went on a rant about commentary YouTubers being bad because we've never experienced the work life, and for other reasons. We'll get into the other reasons first, but I'd kind of want to just jump into the actual clip right away because I just want you guys to see the pure idiocracy from this woman.
Commentary YouTubers have no idea what it is to work a normal job, let alone put on a whole event, okay? You have no clue.
Now, to be fair, she is kind of right about the whole putting on an event thing. Most of us wouldn't know what it's like to put on an event, so I'll give her that one. I'll give her flowers on that one. But to make the claim that we've just never worked a job in our life is absolutely ridiculous. We're not Turkey Tom, all right? We're not Turkey Tom where we got big when we were younger. Most of us have probably worked a regular job and to this day still work a job. I mean, a good example is Mudahar. Look at Mudahar. That guy works a 9 to 5 and still does YouTube even though he doesn't have to. He makes loads of money off of YouTube, and if he really wanted to, he could do YouTube as a career, but he still works a 9 to 5. Most commentary YouTubers know what it's like to work a job, and the craziest thing about Anisa is that she's just as similar. She's worked jobs, got big on YouTube, and now she's here, so for some reason that doesn't correlate in her brain that she has a very similar aspect of how she's gone through life, kind of like how we have, right? Like, she used to work, and then at 21, she was doing YouTube and all this other stuff and streaming and making money. Like, it's pretty fucking normal.
You fuckers that are looking at this right now, I know that you would fucking cry if I said something to you in real life. I know you would cry. How do I know? Because I've done it to one of you fuckers in real life, and you have cried.
My assumption is she's referring to Rusty Cages. Rusty Cages made a statement about how she came up to him and said that something he said was mean, and he just basically responded with, "I'm sorry." And he told Brandon Buckingham that he was like, "I really don't know why I said sorry," because he just simply wasn't sorry.
Let's hear that story from him.
I paid money, I'm on the floor seats, and I see like some shenanigans going down. I take a photo of it. It's just people holding up a sign. It said Froggy did nothing wrong. Like,
seemingly innocuous.
Yeah, right. I go to this like after event, and Anisa comes up to me. She comes up and says, "That tweet was really not cool," and I just apologize. I felt kind of like a bitch. I was like, why the fuck did I apologize? What am I apologizing for? I don't even know this person. That's really not cool. Honestly, Anisa, it was very cool.
So I don't think the guy cried over it, and to be honest with you, none of us would. Anisa, we don't care. If you confronted us, I don't think we'd care. Like, I do think that maybe a different reaction would happen, I guess, but this is how Anisa works, where whenever she gets caught up in something or called out for something, she has like a meltdown, and she, instead of making reasonable arguments, just basically calls the commentary community a bunch of like pussies or, no lives. You guys have never worked a job in your life. You guys don't understand anything. You guys don't contribute to society. It's the same fucking bullshit every single time. And this one piece just, it's like, okay, like what? Because of one incident with Rusty Cages where he straight up said like, I don't even know why I said I'm sorry to you. It just, I wasn't.
This is the truth, okay? Ian keeps me on a leash, okay? And I'm okay with that because I need to be on a leash. I need to be on a leash, a tight leash, to be honest, because I am unhinged. I feel like more people hate me than Onision. And maybe it's because I'm in it, like I'm seeing it, but that's what it feels like. It feels like I quit college to become the most hated person on YouTube.
Anisa, get your head out of your ass. You're not hated more than Onision. I don't know if you want that to be, like, maybe congratulations, I guess you're not more hated than Onision. What makes you come to that conclusion? Onision is hated so much that he has been basically virtually taken off the platform simply from how horrible of a person he is. I love how she tries to make a comparison of like one of the most evildoers of YouTube, Onision, one of the worst people you could think of on YouTube, and tries to act like, oh, I have it worse. I'm more hated than him. Anisa, you're not. The most you get is a bunch of commentary YouTubers making fun of you because of the way you act and the way you are. That's it. And now you're overreacting with it by saying you're hated more than Onision. Give me a fucking break. And as for the leash, man, no, you're not. You're not on a fucking tight leash. Since when have you been on a tight leash? If I were Idubbbz, you wouldn't be doing OnlyFans. If I were Idubbbz, you wouldn't be talking about my IBS and my poop stories on fucking fucking stream.
As soon as gluten enters his system, any gluten, his body thinks that he's like it's a something bad. It attacks it, and so his intestines and stomach get inflamed. So when he just eats gluten, the only thing that happens to him is that he like gets a lot of pressure in his stomach, and his like he basically like it's just not he's not regular, right? Everything's like very not regular. Like he was going to the bathroom 3 times a day. This one was really bad. We were driving from Seattle to Edmonton. We had stopped for Tim Hortons, and he had gotten donuts and a double. In Canada, we don't use oil-based creamers. We use cream creamers. So the combination of the gluten from the donuts plus the lactose caused him to have an emergency. Like he had to like stop the car, and like he thought he was gonna have to go in the woods because it was so bad, but we ended up finding a bathroom.
I would never let my wife do this shit. Like, I can't even imagine if my fiance went on stream and started talking about my personal, like, medical issues to people out of left field. The fuck are you on about, Anisa? You're not on a fucking tight leash. If this is what a leash is, I don't even know what not being on a leash is. I don't want to know what that means. Because already doing OnlyFans to me is completely off leash. Like, that's just letting her do whatever she wants to do. Because I think most dudes can comprehend and can agree that they wouldn't want a partner that does OnlyFans or does anything that involves, you know, sexual stuff online, right? If you're in a relationship, most people don't enjoy that, right? Being a cuck shouldn't be you're on a leash thing, okay? And again, I can't emphasize enough from those fucking clips that I would never let my fiance express like let's just say I had IBS. I would never let her go on fucking stream and tell the whole stream about how these types of foods make me absolutely blast ass, all right? Like, no. Why would I want people to know that information? That is absolutely ridiculous. And on top of that, if you actually look at Anisa and the streams that she does with him, half the time it feels like he's the one on a fucking leash. She's the one that controls things. And I wanted to say this before I get into the other clips, because there's a few other clips, that Anisa, you are way more involved in your husband's online life than any other fiance or wife I've ever seen of any other YouTuber, okay? My fiance she doesn't talk on here, she doesn't say anything on here. The most she's ever done is maybe said a word or two on a stream, okay? If someone involved my wife, I'd get pretty pissed off. I'd be pretty mad because she has no involvement in things. But Anisa, you are practically the main reason why Idubbbz is stuck in this rut, because you have influenced so many of these actions of his, and I guarantee you are a huge influence on a lot of these actions because you speak for him half the fucking time. It's ridiculous. I don't think it's far-fetched to believe that he's the one on the leash and you're the one that's living freely, okay? I'm just saying. But let's get into the other clips.
I don't know. I know a lot of them have never worked a real job. I know that for a fact. And if you have, you worked there for a week and you cried and you quit. That's the other thing that a lot of these people assume, is that I never worked a real job. But I didn't get on the internet until I was 21. I had to pay for my own I was in college working like a fucking serving job. Okay? I was doing both. I had 4 to 5 classes a semester, and then I would go work a serving job, okay? And before that, I worked at a pet store and a Dairy Queen because I function in society. And then I got lucky, right? I got lucky and I started making money on the internet, so I quit. But I had been working since I was like 12, no, I'm not even kidding, 12 years old. Because in Canada at the time, I don't know if now, but at the time, if your parents sign you can sign something, you can work. I worked at a movie theater when I was a kid.
Wow, Anisa, big flex. You did a lot of child labor at 12. What am I supposed to take with this information? Anisa, most of us have worked regular jobs, and I don't want to make this into like oh, look at me, I'm better than you, because I don't care, right? We've all worked our fair share of jobs. I don't think it matters. But Anisa, we're practically in the same fucking boat here, buddy. I started at Amazon. I started at Amazon 10 hours a day for 4 days straight, would do that. It was miserable. Barely barely any breaks, no human interaction. It was fucking god awful. Then I went to a restaurant job, and just like you, Anisa, serving jobs and all that shit, been working in the restaurant industry for a while now, and I'll tell you what, that industry sucks. And again, I don't want to sit here and act like it's a flex or anything, but to kind of prove a point here that she kind of acts like, oh, you guys probably quit after a week and you cry about it. I worked in a big restaurant, and typically in the restaurant industry, when it comes to people and how they act, a lot of people come to work high on drugs or something to get them through the day. And you know, not trying to flex or anything, but not once did I ever drink alcohol, do drugs to get me through a day of working at the restaurant. Okay, it sucked ass. It was terrible. Sure, it was not fun. It was a miserable kind of life. But no, I persevered and powered through it because I'm a normal person, like any other commentary YouTuber. We're all normal people. Like, it is crazy to me how she thinks that we're all just a bunch of low-life losers who, you know, can't handle basic tasks. Anisa, what are you on about? You're sitting here shitting on commentary YouTubers on stream about how, oh no, we've never worked a job in our life. Oh, we don't know how to work. Oh, we don't know how to do this. When there's clear people who have and who still are. And it's just funny to me how she just tries to lump us in like as if we're just a bunch of lowlifes. I don't know. To me, it's just fucking hilarious. I also just love the fact that she tries to flex that she started at 12. No normal 12-year-old does a job. You're just simply doing child labor. Like, I don't know how much of a flex that really is. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I wouldn't call that a flex. And for this next part, this actually has a relation to another commentary YouTuber, Bowblax, where I'm gonna put this allegedly. I think she's referring to it. Bowblax says she's referring to it, so I'm gonna assume that this is in reference to Bowblax's video. But I'll just let the clip play out for you so you guys can kind of get an understanding.
We explained this in the Patreon podcast. This person's lawyer, the shakedown lawyer, used a commentary video, okay, that insinuated, I have to be very careful with my words here because this person will say technically they didn't say that, insinuated that we pocketed money, insinuated that we didn't actually lose money, okay, insinuated that it only costs $100,000 to run an event like this, which is not true, okay? This is in the millions. This event costs in the millions to run. I'm not kidding. It's fucked up, okay? And that all is our responsibility. We took that on because we wanted to do something fun and cool and good for charity and whatever. It is a very expensive event to run. There's a lot that goes on, okay? It's a huge thing. It's a 20,000 seat arena. Anyways, the lawyer used the YouTube video to say that this was proof that we were pocketing money.
Now, I'll just read off what Bowblax said first before we kind of get into it, but he just says, Anisa is crazy, holy shit. You make up a bunch of things that I insinuated in the video that were never said just to shift blame from yourself. How can my video have insinuated you didn't lose money on CC2 when it was uploaded before the event? The point of the video was to prove CC1 prioritized fighter pay over charity donations. You complain about me using $200,000 as a guess for your event cost for CC1. The stadium was much smaller than CC2. In order to prove a point, saying I'm implying too much, but then completely lie about my video and imply things about my character that aren't true. You're a crazy hypocrite that needs to increase the number of therapy sessions you take. Stop thinking about my 87K view year-old video. Now, I actually I watched the video before I even decided to record just to kind of get an understanding what it's about, and not once in this video does he even say anything remotely close to her pocketing the money. He doesn't insinuate anything. He doesn't say anything. The video is simply put, it's just him basically saying that, hey, you prioritized this event on all your platforms and said this was going to charity. The money was going to be mostly going to charity. But when you actually look at the statistics and the numbers of things, the money mostly went to the people who went to the event, which that's fine and dandy. The fighters do deserve to get paid since they're taking time off of their job, you know, YouTube and stuff to prepare for this stuff. But all he was doing was pointing out that you prioritized this event and hyped this event up as if it was going to be a majority charity event event where most of the proceeds are going to charity when that just wasn't the case. So all she really does here is just lie. She just straight up lies to shift blame away from herself to not look like a fucking maniac and a horrible person. It's ridiculous. It's insane how this woman acts. I just can't. I cannot believe it. She's actually delusional, like straight up delusional. And to be honest, like I said earlier, I'm not surprised with the whole leash thing. I think she needs to be on a fucking tighter leash. I think someone needs to put her on a tighter leash. You know, Ian, come on, buddy. Let's put her on a tighter leash, all right? She's getting out of control. She's going a little crazy. She's getting out of control. It's been a while since I've talked about Idubbbz and Anisa, and the last time I talked about them, it was way back when the end of Creator Clash 2 ended, where they lost money. There's been even more shit about them, right? Their podcast and how they just sit there and rant about how, oh, they don't deserve the hate that they're receiving and whatnot and all that stuff. And it's just baffling to me. They just kind of sit there and complain that they've lost a lot of their fans and whatnot. And I mean, to be fair, you deserved it because you completely 180'd the fan base that you once had. You know, Idubbbz 180'd the fan base that he once had and basically shunned them simply just because a lot of them are edgy. I don't really see the purpose in that. And as for Anisa, I doubt you're really on a leash, and I think you should be put on a very tight, even tighter leash if you think OnlyFans and just in general acting like this is a way to act. I don't want to be that guy, but Anisa, you are a main reason why Idubbbz's career has completely flopped and hit the ground hard, because you are such a shitty person on the internet where you mistreat other people or you speak for him and then you make him look even worse as a person. And I don't want to be that guy, but you're kind of a shitty person as well. Also, one more thing before I go, the part where you talk about your looks, Anisa, the look is not the makeup. It's not the makeup that's not existing. There's something up top. Your haircut is fucking terrible. Grow it out, please, and stop doing this little bowl cut shit, all right? I used to do this haircut when I was like in fucking middle school, all right? The shit sucks, okay? It's a terrible fucking hairstyle, all right? It's not the makeup, all right? You look shit because of your hairstyle. But anyways, guys, I don't want to keep rambling on about this subject, and I'll see you guys next time. And if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. And if you guys really, really, really love my channel and videos and want to show support to the channel, feel free to become a member. It starts at only $2 a month. I know, lower than most channels. And it comes with perks like special emotes for live streams, members only live streams, and just many more perks. But anyways, guys, I don't want to keep rambling on, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.